Okay, we're going to make a show for this parrot using a multi-character show controller. First thing I'm going to do is stop X-bind keys. And we do that by clicking down here, lower left corner, execute, and OK. That's the keyboard shortcuts we use to start shows after they're rendered. Now we're going to open up Reaper. This is where we make all our shows. And I'm going to open up a project template. And in these project templates are all the settings we need to produce shows for these characters. First track is character voice, and you can either record the character voice yourself, or you can import a character voice you had produced for you. I'm going to show you how easy it is to make your own first, which is activate the mic here with clicking on this button. And check. You can see the mic's working. And I'm going to start recording down here with this button. Hello, this is me doing the parrot voice. Hello. Check. This is the parrot voice. And I hit the stop button here, which is the square. Let's play it back. I'm going to use the space bar. Space bar to start and stop shows. Hello, this is me doing the parrot voice. Hello. Check. This is the parrot voice. So you can see the beak's moving. It's because it's activated so that the bird is on. You don't have to have the bird on when you do this, but I am for this demo. So you can also do something else here that's pretty cool. There's a little speaker here. If I click on this and I talk, I can move the beak live. Hello. So if you ever want to run the... Oops. Hold on. Shut this off. If you ever want to run the character live, you can do that. Okay, so I like my voice track, sorta. And I'm going to show you how to do some real quick editing. Like if you're going to do a long track, or voice track, you're going to have to know how to do this because you're most likely not going to get through the whole thing without making mistakes. So my mic's still on, I'm going to record this. Oops, I made a mistake and I'm editing this part in now. Okay, so now we have two segments. This guy, and when I do this drag thing, I'm left click holding it and I can drag. And this guy, I'm going to listen to this real quick. So wherever you click up here, it moves the cursor. So I'm going to click here and hit the space bar. Oops, I made a mistake and I'm editing this part in now. Alright, so let's clean these up. I'm going to turn off the mic because I'm done with my voice tracks. Recording them, that is. Now I'm going to edit them. And I'm going to use the mouse wheel and I'm going to scroll in. And I'm going to try and edit this. Now see, when you scroll over the ends here, you get these different options. This one here is for fading in and out, and this one here is for shortening or lengthening. So we're going to snip these or shorten them. And you can see how it jumps here. That's called a snap feature, so I can't fine tune this. So I'm going to undo the magnet symbol here. And now I can move in and out like this. I'm scrolling out with my mouse wheel again, and I'm grabbing this and I'm moving it in. So now I'm real tight here on the sound wave. So when it starts, it's oops, I made a mistake. It's right there. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Actually, I'm going to trim it. Pull these in, and I'm also going to cut this so you can see how to do these inserts. So right here where it takes a break, I'm going to check. So right there where it takes that break, I'm going to right click right here, and I'm going to go down to split item at cursor. Now I have two Oh, I didn't move the cursor. I just right clicked. So I'm going to Control Z and Control Z again to put it all back as one piece. And I'm going to move the cursor here by clicking right there. Now I'm going to right click and go split item at cursor. So now I have two items. And I'm going to click here. And I'm going to move this in. So I'm trimming it. Click here. Zoom in with my wheel, mouse wheel, like that. Now I'm going to stick this part here in the middle. So I'm dragging these out to give me some room, throwing it in the middle, like that. And I'm going to now play this whole thing. Hello, this is me doing the parrot voice. Hello, hello, check, check. Oops, I made a mistake. And I'm editing this part in now. This is the parrot voice. Okay, so we like it. So what we're going to do now is save this before we go any further. I'm going to go to Save Project As. And I'm in the folder that we're in here is on the desktop. And you can see where it says HomePy desktop. This is the desktop here behind the program, and you can see we have all these different folders out here on a desktop. One of them is called Reaper. So there we are, Reaper, Demo Dave Show. I'm going to go up one so that now we're in the root directory of Reaper. So if I open this, you can see, okay, those two folders are right here. I'm going to create another folder. I'll right click and folder and just call it temp. So now there's a temp folder in there. So let's go back over here and go up one. If you hit these little dots here, it goes up one. And then I'm going to go back into that folder by clicking on Reaper. And there it is. So I'm going to click on this temp folder and I'm going to save this project in there under temp show. Now let's go over to our folder and you can see the temp show, or the temp folder, and I open this, you can see where it saved that. Alright, so I'm going to minimize this and leave it open. Let's make sure everything's cool here. I'm going to just hit the space bar. Hello, this is me. Alright, so what we're going to do next is add whatever like music or sound effects and any of that kind of stuff, which you have two stereo tracks here to do that on. So to add anything, it's real simple. You just drag it in. So I have stuff here in this media folder. I'm double clicking on it. And I have these funny songs and sound effects. I'm going to pull this funny song over here and drop it onto this stereo track. And there it is. So now just play this. Hello, this is me doing the parrot voice. So we have the funny song, and there's the voice track. So I'm going to click on the very last clip, and then I'm going to shift on the keyboard and click on the first clip that highlights everything. I'm going to drag this down so I have more room in the beginning. So now I'm going to use the mouse wheel to zoom out, and you can see here if I start it. We have this music going. And he starts talking. Hello, this is me doing the parrot voice. Okay, so the parrot voice comes in, but it's, the music's overwhelmingly loud. And I want to adjust the volume of this music. So we're going to we're going to go to view here and turn on the mixer so I can see these tracks down here. And we're going to do something pretty fancy here. Right before he speaks. Hello, this is me. I'm going to turn the volume of the music down and I'm going to record me doing that so we can automate our faders. Right here's a tab that says trim. I'm going to select trim. I'm going to go to volume. And then I'm going to take this from trim read to touch. Now, this is pretty cool. Right here is the track. You can see it's highlighted. If I highlight this one, it goes to there. I highlight this one, it goes to here. So when I grab this fader and move it up and down, it's going to record that. So watch. Turn it down a little bit. Now I'm going to turn it way down. Hello, this is me doing the parrot voice. Hello, hello. Check, check. Oops, I made a mistake, and I'm editing this part in now. I'm going to put it back up. Parrot voice. Oops, went too high. So you can see here, it recorded all that stuff. All those movements I did. Now I want to do it again. Excuse me. I want to do it again because I didn't like it. So I'm going to go Control Z until those all go away. Control Z, and now they're gone. I'm going to do it one more time. Now I'm left clicking and holding. Now I'm bringing the volume down. Hello, this is me doing the parrot voice. Hello, hello. Check, check. Oops, I made a mistake, and I'm editing this part in now. This is the parrot voice. I'm bringing it back up. So now we've done it. Let's listen to it. I'm not going to touch anything. I'm just playing back. Hello, this is me doing the parrot voice. Hello, hello. Check, check. Oops, I made a mistake. So, that's how you automate your faders to do some fading in and out. Alright, so we have the music in there. It's kind of loud, even after I come back up here. I'm going to do something even more fancy. I'm going to click up here so when I zoom in it centers on this. You can see these little green dots. Those are the points that tell it where it's where the volume is. So I'm going to click on these one at a time. I'm deleting these. Click delete, and then I'm going to take this last one. I'm going to click delete that. And now the volume's going to stay a little lower. It's going to be at this volume, which is where I want it. So I'm mouse wheeling out, zooming out. And now I'm ready to do more stuff. So what's next? Oh yeah, we want this bird to move, right? So we're going to go to the character control track right here. And when your mouse is or your mouse pointer is over here and you move the mouse wheel, it takes you up and down the tracks. When you're over here and you move the mouse wheel, it zooms in and out. Wherever this thing is here, I'll put that in the center. So if I keep zooming in, it'll put this in the center. Okay, so we're going to add some movement tracks. Ready? And go here. Now where's our movements? Right here. Parrot movements. Double click on this. Now, let's just do like a general movement. So I'm going to stick that. I'm dragging it over and dropping it right there. Now when I play this back, I'm going to move the cursor here by clicking up here. I'm going to hit the space bar when it gets to that track. He starts to move. Hello, this is me doing the parrot voice. Hello, hello. Check, check. Oops, I made a mistake, and I'm editing this part in now. This is the parrot voice. Cool. So now he's kind of just hanging. What we want him to do is something different while the music's playing. He's not talking. Let's make him dance. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go to the end of this movement track. I'm going to drag it all the way down here. And then I'm going to go look at the movements we have. And we have dance. Okay? So dance with and without beak. We don't care about that with or without beak part right at the moment. So I'm just going to grab dance. Any one of these. I'll try this one. Dance. There it is. I'm going to drag it up to here. And we're going to bump these up against each other. So I'm zooming in and get it close. Don't overlap them like that. Okay, now let's see what we got. Getting this part in now. This is the parrot voice. Now I want them to dance quicker. I drag this some more. And I'm going to move this over. Remember, don't make them overlap. You can zoom in if you click right here. Move your cursor in there and you can use your mouse wheel to zoom in. I overlapped them. Pull them apart just a little bit. Now let's see what happens. Getting this part in now. This is the parrot voice. So that's him dancing. So he can dance for a while, and then we'll make him stop dancing. I can drag this down, and I can put another general movement in here, or I could put something else in here. What do we got? See, I clicked on the media folder. I had it still open. So these aren't movements. There's the media folder here. I'm going to go with just talking, even though he's not talking, just so I can put something different in there. Talking active. There it is. So now he's going to have this movement. Click here and zoom in. Unoverlap these. And play it, see what we got. So he's not dancing anymore, but he's still moving around quite a bit. So just to speed this up, we're going to drag this song way in. I'm going to drag this last movement way in so he stops about right there. And then I'm going to zoom in on this audio track, and I'm going to go up here and you mouse over the very top. You see this rounded off symbol? If you pull that to the left, it fades it out. So let's listen to it fade out. See, we can do a longer fade. If you grab it here, go further. I'm going to zoom out, and there's our show in a nutshell. Let's add a little bit more. We're going to go like this. We're going to go like this. So he moves a little bit past the music. And then we're going to put in, let's go to our media folder right here. And we're going to put in some parrot sounds. Parrot sounds mono. Oh, let me show you something real quick. These are rendered audio files. If you pull that over, it won't work. See, it says it can't work. So make sure you grab the one with the musical notes on it, because there's two. So this one I'm going to drag in. I'm going to put it on the voice track because we want his beak to open. I'm going to minimize this. We want his beak to open when the parrot voice is going. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to trim it to where it's real active, just for my own sake here. You can do whatever you want. When you listen to the track, you might see or hear something you like better in a different part of the audio track. And I'm going to put it right here. So he's going to start squawking and making sound effects, parrot sounds, after he's done talking. I think the whole show is done now, so I'm going to listen to it, watch it, make sure I like it. Bird works. Music starts. We could have him dance there a little bit, but... And he talks. Hello, this is me doing the parrot voice. Hello, hello. Check, check. Oops, I made a mistake, and I'm editing this part in now. This is the parrot voice. Now we got some birds squawking.
Hello? Hello?
Oh, that's a good thing I did this.
What's up?
His beak is not moving because we took the dancing with no beak. Let's go back to movements. Here's dancing with beak. So I want to pull this down here. And I'm going to take out our dancing with no beak. We don't like that. I'm going to shorten this way down. And I'm going to drag this in here. I'm going to zoom in and expand it. This seems complicated, but it's not. After you do it a couple times, it's not a big deal. Now, we have a dancing bird with squawks, and his beak will move to his squawking. And now, this is the parrot voice.
Hello? Hello? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? All right. All right.
Now it's gonna
All right.
It's gonna fade out, and then he's gonna move a little bit and then stop. Ta-da! And now, we just did our first show. Alright, I'm gonna hit Control Save. And I just saved all this to make sure we don't lose it in case something goes wrong. You should hit Control Save a lot more than I just did. So here we go. I'm gonna mouse over here, and you see these arrows. I'm gonna shrink this track down. What? Oh, I messed up. Control Z whenever you mess anything up. So I'm gonna shrink it down. There it goes. And okay, so there's our show. I'm gonna left click, hold, and drag. And that brings up this highlighted area. Because we're going to export this show now. It's finished. We like it. And we're going to make it into a show that we can trigger with our hotkey shortcuts. So I'm going to save one more time. Control S. I'm going to go to File, Render. And everything in here should be set the way it's supposed to be. I'm just going to go over it to make sure. I want the source to be the master mix. Time selected is this thing we did right here. Channels, we're doing 8. Everything's good. Wave, 16-bit. So I'm going to render this now by hitting Render 1. It says a file already exists. It's a show 01 wave. I'm going to explain that. I've already done this once or twice before, obviously. So let's open up the what they call or what I call the rendered shows right here. And inside the rendered shows is this show already here, which is the one it's trying to save over top of. See, show 01, and show 01's already there, so it's telling me it's not going to work. You can just say to render it over top of it, or you can delete and render it. I just go render and say overwrite. So it's overwriting this. And this is showing us what it's exporting. Everything looks good. It shows our voice track, our bird squawking, our music, and the control track down here. So it's done. Close. And I'm going to save this again. Control S. I'm going to close Reaper, close all this other stuff just because it's confusing. Here's some up here that are minimized. That, and there's the temp folder which is minimized. Now I'm going to start Xbind keys again. And I'm going to execute. OK. Now I'm going to hit the number 1 key on the keyboard. When I hit this, it should trigger the show we just made. There it is. Hello, this is me doing the parrot voice. Hello, hello. Check, check. Oops, I made a mistake and I'm editing this part in now. This is the parrot voice.
Hello? Hello? All right. All right.
There you go. That's pretty much making a simple show. A couple other quick pointers. When you open Reaper again, it'll be on the last show you made, unless you closed it out before you closed the program, meaning File, Close Project. And now when I close Reaper and reopen it, it'll look like this. It just remembers the last thing you did. And let's see what else. So if you want to you do another show, I'm going to open up. I'm going to open the project we just did. So open project. There it is, temp show. Now, if you make another show and you want to render it out, you would render like this and just change this show 01 to show 02. And then when I render that out, it will. You see, I didn't have Xbind keys turned off, and I hit the number 2. It tried to play a show number 2, but there's none there, see? So it just came on and shut off. But if I rendered this out and called it show number 2, it would start show number 2. Okay. So that's pretty much it. Close project. And close Reaper. And that's it for this video.